Hey guys, welcome to Mississippi. I'm Billy, this is Pilt, and I might have taken the wrong car on a road trip.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 yo, go, go, go. Hustle hard, hustle every single day. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave. To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway.
Alright guys, so if you've watched my videos before, then you probably know that I'm from the Atlanta, Georgia area, so you're probably wondering what am I doing in Mississippi. The other thing you might be thinking is, why did I take the Miata? So being in Mississippi was actually part of a bigger trip where I traveled through Alabama, Mississippi, and eventually found my way down to New Orleans. So first let's talk about why I drove the Miata and then why I was in New Orleans. So long story short, basically with the white Civic totaled and the Element basically in and out of needing repairs since it's now my daily, and ultimately it needed tires, I decided that I would have to drive one of the convertibles, in which case I decided that the Miata got the better gas mileage and was actually kind of up for a road trip. So I hop in the car and I start my 7-ish hour drive southwest towards New Orleans from Atlanta, which once again brings up the question, why am I heading to New Orleans? I was going to New Orleans for lemons. Well, not those lemons. These lemons. So if you're not familiar with the race series, the 24 Hours of Lemons is a play on the 24 Hours of Le Mans, but in this case you're racing $500 vehicles. So the $500 rule is a little bit lax, and it's pretty well outlined on the 24 Hours of Lemons website, which I will link below. So these rules outline everything from general rules, eligibility, safety, and most importantly, vehicle price. Now, the vehicle price is calculated, like I said, to be $500, but there are some rules regarding that $500. I'm not going to go into the details, and you can check out the website for that, but basically, anything that's safety related does not count, it's exempt, and on top of that, anything that you sell off the car you can use to either buy down the price or buy other things for the vehicle. I'd also like to take this time to say that I'm no expert on this race series, and it's actually my first time going. I was invited by a friend of mine who was invited by an acquaintance of his who happens to share the same name. That being said, it is kind of cool to just hang out at the racetrack and take in all of the cars and sights and sounds and really just enjoy my time there. So as a casual observer, there's really not much to do but to sit and take in the racing, and of course even as a crew member there's not much to do or really much excitement except for pit stops and of course if something breaks, which in this kind of series it always does. So in this case, luckily I had my GoPro and a clamp mount, and the complaint was actually a large clunk under different changing of loads. So we put the GoPro under the hood and you can actually see the amount of movement from the engine and transmission here, and that pretty much helped us diagnose that it was a bad motor mount. Luckily the team had the materials, tools, and the personnel needed in order to fix this motor mount and keep the team racing the following day. Unfortunately for me though, I did actually leave early on Sunday as I realized I was in a small car in a city that's known for flooding and there's about to be a large rainstorm. So I hopped in my tiny convertible and that brought us to where we started this video.
Hey guys, I'm Billy. I'm here in Mississippi, and I might have taken the wrong car on a road trip, but this is Pilt.
Alright guys, so as you can see, I did make it home in one piece, and so did the car, and to be honest, the car really only had some minor issues, and it's really mostly Miata stuff, or really convertible stuff. And other than that, my real big issue with the drive home was that it torrentially rained for the 7+ hour drive home. Now, if you've been following along, or if you've gone back and watched some of our older videos, then you know within the last couple of years, we actually replaced the soft top on the Miata. That being said, we did not replace all of the seals, so the seals are a little bit older than the top itself. So with the amount of rain that I saw on the ride home, there were a little bit of drips, but it wasn't anything crazy. So once I finally got home and got inside, I actually let the car sit for a few days until I actually went back to it. The issue then was that I found that there was a little bit of water at the bottom of the driver's side footwell. So the first thing I did was clean everything up, and then actually I kind of had a pretty good idea of what it was since I had been driving the car for several hours and there was nothing more than a little drip from the windowsill or even the front of the top. Now, last year when we were at Miata's at the Gap, we actually had a little bit of an issue with the same thing with a couple of the sudden thunder showers that we had while we were up there, where the passenger side was actually the one that got a little bit flooded with some rainwater. Now, if you own a Miata, or really probably a convertible in general, then you probably already know what the issue is. With convertibles, because it's a soft top, the rain has to go somewhere, and in this case, the car has gutters. So I cleaned the gutters and tested it, and that seemed to be the issue.
Alright guys, so I'm going to go ahead and take this opportunity to wrap up this video. Now, like I said, overall the car did great, and there's definitely going to be more Miata content coming soon, but if you want to see more Lemons content, let me know in the comments and give this video a like. Like I said, I have a friend out in Seattle that's been itching to get me out there for a race. There's one coming up at the end of August, and I'm really considering going out there, so let me know in the comments if you want to see that, or if you would tune in for more content like that. Sorry there's not that much in this video, and it was mostly about road tripping the Miata, but other than that, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Oh yeah, and there's some stuff that happens at Lemons that maybe I shouldn't be posting on the internet. Did anybody order a pizza?